Good morning, Art Putney, and welcome to this week's Whole School Assembly. Today we're looking at our relationships and sex education, our health education, and our religious education curriculum, and how this forms part of our wider curriculum at Art Putney. I'm going to be talking about what we cover and why it's important. Today's assembly links to all of our values, because our curriculum as a whole is designed to meet all 4 of the values. It also links to today's pillar, which is commitment, and it's the pillar we've been looking at all term. It links to the British value of liberty, the idea of free speech, the idea to spend time with people that we choose and have rights around voting and movement. And this week's religious quote is a quote from Humanism. The wisest is he who realizes, like Socrates, that in respect of wisdom, he knows nothing. And that came from Plato. And I think that links really nicely because today we're looking at this idea of learning within our wider curriculum. You are living in an increasingly complex world. You're living more of your life online, more than any other generation that has come before you. And this brings lots of positives and exciting opportunities, but it also brings challenges and risks. We want you to be safe online, both personally and financially, as online theft, fraud, and scamming is an ever increasing risk. Throughout your life, you will need to manage lots of different relationships, friendships, family relationships, work relationships, and intimate romantic relationships. We want you to be able to navigate these relationships with kindness, respect, honesty, and generosity, to be able to keep yourself safe within these relationships, and to know what an unhealthy relationship looks like and how to manage them and where you can get support if it does happen to you. To be tolerant of difference and understand why different people within our community behave in different ways. As you move from teenager to young adult, we want you to know about the changes that are going on in your body and what the best ways are for you to manage them successfully. You will also need to make informed choices about your lifestyle, both your mental and physical lifestyles, so that you can be healthy, happy, and have a positive outlook on life. It's also important to understand how other people may choose to identify in terms of gender or sexuality. We want you to understand the issues surrounding this so that you can treat people with compassion. We also need you to understand the legal position on many of the issues that we face in society today, such as marriage, abortion, sexuality, extremism. We want you to know what is right and wrong in the eyes of the law when it comes to sex and relationships, such as the age of consent, so that you can live your life whilst respecting others and holding on to your own beliefs. We want you to be happy, successful, and productive members of society. We want you to be resilient, achieve goals, and overcome difficult times. We want you to be able to make safe, informed decisions about all aspects of your life, health, relationships, and well-being. And as our mission statement says there on the slide, we are preparing every student to be a pillar of any community. So how do we do this? Well, we do this through our PSHE lessons, where we cover a range of important, topical, and legal issues so that you can face the challenges that I've just talked about in an informed way. We look at relationships. What does a respectful relationship? How can relationship with friends be bad for us? How to manage conflict in relationships and show tolerance to others. We consider the idea of marriage and what marriage is and what it means to people. We consider our body and the changing experiences we have during puberty and adolescence. We think about healthy lifestyles. What is a healthy diet? What does a healthy lifestyle look like? How do we protect ourselves from illness? How do we have good personal hygiene? We think about intimate sexual relationships, how to have safe, healthy, intimate relationships, including consent, sex, sexually transmitted diseases, and the role of peer pressure. We consider the online media world and how to keep ourselves safe from issues like fake news and scamming. How do we make sense of everything that we read in the media? We think about our mental well-being, how to talk about our emotions, how to manage pressure and anxiety, and know how to have positive mental health. And we consider citizenship and British values. What does it mean to live in Britain? What responsibilities do we have as citizens? What role does the law and the legal system play in our lives? And how can we play a part through our right to vote? From year 7 to 11, we cover all of these issues so that you become informed young adults who can go into the world safely and make your own decisions. We also study religious education. Studying different religions helps us to understand the role they play in people's lives and within wider communities in society. Studying RE helps us to become more tolerant and see how a person from a different religious background will approach key issues in society, such as marriage, sex, and relationships. I want to say thank you. Myself, Miss Macmillan, your heads of year, have been so impressed by the work that you and your tutors have been doing in your PSHE lessons this term. In every room, we've seen effort, enthusiasm, and commitment to the very important and topical issues that you have been studying. And we can see that this is going to make a difference to your lives beyond the academy. I just want to finish by reminding you of the Me to You service, which means that if there is something on your mind or something that you're worried about, you can click on the website where it says, by clicking here, it takes you to a confidential email link, and you can send an email to that link, where you can put your information in. You don't have to put your name, and you are able to tell us about something that might be happening for you or for someone else within our community. So we're going to put some more of these posters up in tutor rooms, but I would remind you that we do have this really safe, confidential system for you to report anything that you might be worried about. And finally, I have an appeal from the heads of house for the food bank. Please, please, please support this issue within our local community. Support people who are going to be in poverty this Christmas and who really do need the support of the food banks. The numbers are really, really large, and sad to see such large numbers of people that need help. But we know that COVID-19 has had a greater impact on families, and therefore we can do something here to support our wider community. So please, if you can, bring in as many of these items as you can. Just bring in one if you can. If you can bring in more, that would be great. And put them into the boxes in reception for your house and support what is a really, really fantastic cause. So just a reminder, you've got till the 9th of December to do that, and it will make a real difference to some people this Christmas. Thank you for listening today.